So today we are going to take an important session. The session will be on calculations, right? Because what I have seen is that this is a very important part which comes in the exam, in the Viva, in hematology practical, as well as in the short exercises, the file that is given to you. You can like and subscribe the channel, also share the channel. Now let's get started. Essential calculations for practical examination and Viva. Now, for example, you are given the data where hemoglobin is 15 grams and arterial oxygen saturation given is 80%. This could be any value. What is important, that formula should be known to you and the unit should be known to you. So find out the oxygen carrying capacity and the oxygen content in the arterial blood, and the values are given. So what is the oxygen capacity or oxygen carrying capacity of blood? It is hemoglobin in gram percent. Hemoglobin in gram percent into 1.34. What is this 1.34? 1 gram of hemoglobin carries 1.34 ml of oxygen. That is fixed. And the formula for the oxygen content is percent saturation into oxygen carrying capacity divided by 100, and therefore oxygen saturation is important. Sometimes the oxygen saturation given may be 90, but suppose if the person is subjected to high altitude, it can even be 60, it can be 70. Therefore the percent saturation becomes very very important for the oxygen content. Remember, dissolved oxygen जो होता है हमारा, it very much depends upon the percent saturation. So oxygen carrying capacity as per the formula, hemoglobin in gram percent into 1.34. So 15 into 1.34, that becomes 20 per 100 ml, or 20 ml per 100 ml becomes the oxygen carrying capacity. Oxygen content, what was the formula? Percent saturation into oxygen carrying capacity by 100, that is 80 into 20.10, which we just calculated, divided by 100, which comes to 16.08 per 100 ml. So formulas are very very important. You should rectify that formulas, because you have got compulsorily questions which come on this. Even in hemat this will be important if you are having a practical of hemoglobin, and in the short exercises you will be getting this. Now, so the oxygen content finally is your 16.08 per 100 ml. Now find out the dyspneic index. Data given you is MVV, that is maximum voluntary ventilation, which is 100 ml per minute. Tidal volume 500 ml per minute, 500 ml, it is a static volume, and respiratory rate, that is 10 breaths per minute. So what is the step 1 for this? Step 1 is you have to calculate resting minute ventilation. You are not given resting minute ventilation, you are given maximum voluntary ventilation. So RMV, that is the resting minute ventilation, I'll just write down so that you don't forget. It is resting minute ventilation. This comes to be tidal volume into respiratory rate, that is 500 into 10, which is 5000 ml per minute. Step 2 is calculate BR. What is BR? It is nothing but it is the breathing reserve. Okay, breathing reserve, which is MVV, maximum voluntary ventilation, minus RMV, resting minute ventilation. So 100 minus 5, that comes to 95 liters. So we've taken 100 and 5, both of them in liters. Okay, we've taken them in liters. This we found out in ml. Units are very very important. So dyspneic index is maximum voluntary ventilation minus resting minute ventilation divided by maximum voluntary ventilation, which comes to be 100 minus 5 divided by 100 into 100, that is 95%. Less than 60% of the dyspneic index is not good one. Then calculate the cardiac index. What data is given? Cardiac output, which is 5 liters per minute, and body surface area is given. So for calculating cardiac index, you require body surface area, right? So cardiac index is cardiac output divided by body surface area, which comes to 5 divided by 1.6. But very very important is the unit, which is commonly done as a mistake. So it is 3.125 liter per minute per meter square body surface area. So cardiac index is per meter square body surface area. Now again, this is again very important when you are getting a practical on TLC or when you are getting on DLC. You are asked to calculate the absolute count. So here the data given is the total leukocyte count is 8000 per cubic mm. Eosinophils are 4% and neutrophils are 60%. So you have to calculate the eosinophil absolute eosinophil count and absolute neutrophil count. So how do we calculate absolute eosinophil count? 4% means in 100 WBCs, 4 eosinophils are present. Right? In 100 WBC, 4 eosinophils are present. So how much will be present in total? That is in 8,000. So it is 8,000 multiplied by 100 into 4. That comes to 320. So the absolute count is 320. Remember, per cubic mm of blood. Again, the unit is very, very important. Similarly, neutrophils, how much they were given? They were given 60%. That means in 100 WBCs, the number of neutrophils are 60. So how much number of WBCs will be present in the total leukocyte count? That is 8,000, which is 8,000 into 100 into 60, which comes 4800 cubic mm. Next is find out ERV, that is expiratory reserve volume, inspiratory reserve volume, residual volume. And the data given to you is the total lung capacity, inspiratory capacity, tidal volume and vital capacity. This is one of the very favorite questions. Similarly, another important question for this is calculate the FEV1 to FVC ratio. ये भी आपको बहुत ज़्यादा importantly आता है, that you have to calculate the ratio of FEV1 to FVC, and you have to then distinguish whether it is obstructive or restrictive lung disease. This is also a very, very favorite question. So what is residual volume? It is TLC minus VC. So values are given to us, and therefore the residual volume comes 1200. What is IRV? Inspiratory capacity minus tidal volume, because inspiratory capacity is IRV plus TV. What is expiratory reserve volume? Vital capacity minus inspiratory capacity. So the lung volume and capacities per se is very important, most expected calculation questions in your first MBBS and even when you go forward for your PG examination. Similarly, FEV1 to FVC ratio बहुत important है, that you must learn. Now the next one is calculate the physiological dead space. So this is actually what we called as the Bohr's equation. Remember, the anatomical dead space is calculated not by this formula, but you have got a different method for that. So this that is the single breath nitrogen technique, and therefore isme this what you're going to do is the physiological dead space. Okay. So data given to us is tidal volume, which is 500 ml, alveolar PCO2, that is partial pressure of carbon dioxide, which is 40, and expired PCO2, that is 28. So what is the formula? It is alveolar air partial pressure of carbon dioxide minus expired air partial pressure of carbon dioxide into tidal volume divided by alveolar air partial pressure of carbon dioxide. What you have to know is the formula, which should be correct. Second, you should know the unit. So it is 40 minus 28 into 500 from whatever data which is given to us, right? So whatever data which is given to us, and this comes out to be 150 ml. So physiological dead space is 150 ml by Bohr's equation, right? Calculate respiratory quotient. RQ is respiratory quotient. Data given to what is oxygen consumption, that is 250 ml per minute. Total expired air in 6 minutes is 30 liters. Percent fraction of carbon dioxide in the expired air is 4%. A bit tilted question. Sometimes you may be given only oxygen consumption and very simple carbon dioxide output, so that you can just put the formula. Respiratory quotient is equal to carbon dioxide output per minute divided by oxygen consumption per minute. But यहाँ पर directly आपको oxygen expired or the carbon dioxide expired per minute is not directly given. So यहाँ पर you are supposed to calculate this, and therefore it becomes a bit difficult. Otherwise, many a times it is oxygen consumption and carbon dioxide output which is given. So you have to just put it into the formula. So 100 ml of expired air contains 4 ml of CO2. Therefore, 5000 ml of expired air will contain 200 ml of carbon dioxide per minute. So oxygen consumption, that is 250 on the denominator, carbon dioxide output, that is 200 on the numerator, and we get RQ as 0.8. It is with mixed diet. So this is all. I will be taking more and more calculations in the next sessions. So please increase the viewing and increase the subscription of the channel. Share it to your friends. Let everybody get benefit out of it. Thank you.